Hey there Gemini, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, we are going to see your love and the general messages for the sign of July. So let's just get started and see what is coming in for you for July. Just make sure that you are not trying to fit in deliberately. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest, all right? And if you don't already know, I'm a Gemini sun myself, so hey Gemini, let's see messages for Gemini. Love being a Gemini, love reading for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for the month of July. For the month of July, Gemini messages. So give me a guidance for Gemini for the month of July, please. So we have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. And bottom of the deck is support is all around you. So Gemini, I see that from now till the July month, like till the end of July, some of you may be questioning whether you are on the right track or not. You may be questioning the timing of your life. I see that lately things might not be happening at the pace that you want, or maybe your life kind of slowed down a bit. Maybe you were doing really well in the year 2020-21, and then from 2022 onwards things might have slowed down a bit in your life. And I see that after that you've started questioning whether you are on the right track or not, if universe has forgotten you or not, or if you will ever get to your goals or not, if things will be good for you or not, and stuff like that, right? So I see that some of you may be feeling that, and this is actually a confirmation from the universe that right now you might be in an unknown territory and your life might feel like you don't know where is it going, but just know that you're exactly where you need to be. And you have lessons to learn, people to meet, and things that you need to do before you can take that quantum jump in your life once again. And before things can again feel very like a lot of fun and excitement, you need to be in this stillness, because some lessons need to be learned. So just do not worry if things have slowed down a bit for you. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, right? So that's actually a very empowering message, Gemini. Now let's see your blessing. What is the blessing coming in for Gemini, and your blockage and all the other good stuff, right? So let's see, what is the blessing coming in for Gemini in the month of July, please? What is the blessing coming in for Gemini? So the blessing that is coming in is the Nine of Wands, and Nine of Wands talks about strength, and it talks about taking inspiration from your past and motivating yourself once again, which is the exact thing that I was talking here. So Gemini, I see that in the month of July you are going to motivate your own self, and you're kind of going to remind your own self as to how you were and how you've come so far in life, and how you have what it takes to move ahead as well, right? So that is what you're doing. I see that you're getting a lot of inner strength, and you are standing tall for yourself. In the month of July, you're going to stand very, very tall for yourself. You're going to inspire your own self, and you're going to motivate your own self to move forward. So you're getting that courage. So if for all this while you were feeling demotivated and all of that, I see that you're going to feel very courageous and motivated in the month of July. Or you might already be experiencing this energy. Now let us see, what is the blockage for Gemini that Gemini needs to keep in mind for the month of July? What is the blockage for Gemini that Gemini needs to keep in mind? So your blockage is the Three of Wands. Geminis have a habit of doing everything very, very quickly. So we just see something and we get so excited about it, and then we just want to go towards it. And that can actually become your blockage in the month of July. Gemini, you are being asked to not hurry. Do not be in a hurry, and don't try to ruin stuff. Just let things go at its own pace. Like sometimes when we are confused and when we don't know, like you're in the unknown territory, you're confused, you're not able to see your next step or whatever, then we start acting in a panic mode, and then whatever comes our way, we just jump into it without much planning, without much introspection and whatever. So that can actually be your blockage, that you might just jump into things, or you might start things without much thought, and then later on you'll be like, shit, should not have done this, should have taken some time, whatever. So some of you may actually sign a document without reading, or you may just get yourself into something which you should not have. So your message is slow down, Gemini. Slow down. Do not get into things that you have no knowledge about. Do not jump into stuff without a background research. Make sure that you are planning really, really well. Make sure that you have the information, and only then you're getting started, right? So do some digging before getting into anything. That is something that you need to keep in mind for the month of July, Gemini. Now let's see your career and finance for the month of July. Give me the present energy for Gemini in career. This one wanted to come out. So in the present, we have the Ace of Pentacles. There is a new beginning for you, Geminis. So you may actually start something new. You might have been doing something like in a particular direction, and now you realize that you need to tweak in a bit, you need to switch things a bit, and you need to change the way you do things. And I see that you are going to do it. I also see that there is a wonderful money-making opportunity around the corner. You just need to open your eyes and look for it and not let it go. All right. So money, I see that you're very money motivated right now. You're very security motivated. You want to secure yourself. You want to become stable for your future and all of that. It's just that the opportunity is just around the corner. You need to also look for it, and do not just block it, something like that, right? All right, what can be a blockage for Gemini in career and finance for the month of July, please? Blockage. Your blockage is, yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So I see that, the same thing that I was saying. Maybe you will get an opportunity, but you will fail to act upon it. So lack of initiation can happen for you. You will get an opportunity and you will think so much, and then eventually you will not react. So, that's like a waste of opportunity. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. Some of you, I also see that your creativity is kind of blocked. You're not feeling very creative nowadays, and that might actually stop you from moving forward, because you'll feel like, I cannot do this because I'm not creative, or I don't know how to do it, or whatever. Just know that successful people start before they are ready. If you keep on telling yourself that I'm not ready, I need to be perfect before I start, or whatever, then what will happen is you will never start it. So sometimes you have to collect the information, do whatever you have to, and then you have to take that leap. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. All right, you don't have to be perfect. Basically, you don't have to be perfect, because nobody is perfect. Perfection is a myth. Just to get something started, you don't have to be perfect. If you're good enough, that's fine. Good enough is fine. All right, let's see the outcome for Gemini in career and finance. So your outcome is the Four of Swords. I see that Gemini in the month of July, you may be taking time to step back and plan, and this is the exact thing that I was telling. It's good to plan, it's good to do everything, but just do not waste too much time in analysis paralysis, because if you waste too much time into analysis paralysis, you will fail to react. And if you fail to react, there is no point in how good of an opportunity came your way, because you failed to react. So that is something that you need to keep in mind, and don't let it become your blockage. I see that in the month of July, you will be planning for something long term. So you might be having something like a long term plan in your mind, and you are going to utilize the month of July to collect information, to make a plan, and just fall back upon your own experience, and then motivate yourself for the future, and kind of remind yourself how capable you are and how you can handle shit, right? So that is something that I see you will be doing in the month of July. What is the advice for Gemini in career and finance in the month of July, please? What's the advice for Gemini? Your advice is the Six of Wands. So your advice is that you will be doing really, really well. I see that you will be motivated and everything, and it's gonna be fruitful for you as well. But just make sure that once you start getting back on track, and once you start making success, do not boast yourself. Do not boast yourself. Do not try to show other people down. And you might not do it intentionally, but sometimes you may just be too much of egoistic, and you might just do something or say something which might come off as like you're very egoistic, or you're very overconfident. So your message is, try to stay humble, try to work in groups, try to be a part of the team, try to connect with people that are around you, because that is going to be a major, like a catalyst for your success. Don't try to like ward people away from yourself, basically. All right, so yeah, that is something that you need to keep in mind. Also, Gemini, I see that you're very skillful, you're very talented, and you know how to get things done. But then sometimes when we know how to get things done, we become just very sure of ourselves and we stop practicing. So we just take ourselves too much, like we just consider ourselves to be the best, and like we think that we're gonna win anyway, and we don't practice, we become overconfident. So your message is not to be overconfident, right? All right, especially if you're going for any sort of a competition, if you're like preparing for maybe a viva or an interview or something, just make sure that you prepare really well and you give your best, because I see you will be successful. Okay, now let's see your love life, Gemini. Gemini's love life in the month of July. Give me the present energy for Gemini in love. Present energy for Gemini in love. Wow. Gemini. So I see that in the present you are in a very strong position. You're coming off as an emperor. I see that lately you've taken back control of your life. You're putting your life back on track. You've made a schedule for yourself. You're following it, or you're just trying to take teeny tiny bits here and there, like actions to bring back your life back on track, which is amazing. Some of you, you're also dealing with someone who's very authoritative, somebody who's like very mature, very authoritative, somebody who's very, very stable. So you might be attracting somebody of that quality. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. I see that recently you've gone through a major transformation and realization in your love life, and you've realized that the only way you can make everything work in your life is when you have the control in your hands, which means you are not at the mercy of other people. I see that in the past you might have just let the control out of your hands, and that kind of led you to be in a situation where your happiness was decided by someone else's mood. So when the other person was happy, you were happy. When they were not happy, you were not happy. And then you realize as to, what the hell am I doing with my life? I need to stop doing this. So I see that you're taking back your control and you're kind of showing the world who you are, and you're realizing your worth, which is amazing. What is the blockage for Gemini in love life? Gemini's love life, what's the blockage? The blockage is the Knight of Cups. I see that somebody has just been giving you the, promising you the stars and the unicorns and all of that, but somebody is not standing by their words. So that might be a thing. I see that you're looking for somebody to come up with a love offer. Even if you're single, you want somebody to come towards you with a love offer or something like that. And I see this person has been saying a lot of things, but the actions are not matching with the words. Like this person, when they talk to you, they tell you that you mean the world to them and they love you, and they deeply care about you and whatever, but the way they react is like very different, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, didn't you just say to me that I mean a lot to you, and then now you're reacting in a very different way? So that is a blockage for you. What is the future outcome for Gemini in love? What's coming towards Gemini in love in the month of July, please? Four of Pentacles. So I see something very, very stable coming towards you, Gemini, but I also see that time and again you keep on taking yourself back in the past, and you keep on becoming sad about whatever happened, and emotionally things are not very balanced for you, Gemini. You kind of feel very confused. You feel like, where have life led me? Why this happened? And all of that. You just need to know that wherever you are, you're at the right place, and everything will make sense to you. So you just need to hold on to that faith. And Four of Pentacles here shows to me that somebody very, very stable is coming towards you, who will be able to give you stability. Four of Pentacles is not somebody who's a Nine of Swords. It's a very different energy. I see that right now you have been deeply hurt by somebody's actions, but what you're manifesting is a very stable partner, a very stable partnership coming towards you. And it might not exactly happen in the month of July. Some of you, it's going to happen in next 4 months or so, but I see someone coming in with a very stable offer, somebody who's going to offer you stability and commitment and a long-term thing, somebody that you can rely upon. Clarify this Four of Pentacles with Gemini in love for the month of July, please. Clarify this. The World card. See, you're starting a new chapter in your life. I see that you are closing a book, closing all the chapters that were not serving you. You are done being somebody's second best option. You're done getting ignored by somebody over and over again. You are done with somebody's BS. I see that you're moving on now. You're moving on, you're closing this chapter. I see that some of you, you're going to ignore somebody and you are going to attract somebody else much better in your life as a result of that. Like, you know, you need to understand that nature abhors vacuum. So unless you create space in your life for a better and a new person to come in, you cannot manifest it. Like, so many people try to manifest love and a better person, but they never get rid of their ex. The ex is always lingering in their memory, in their feelings and their emotions. Unless you create that space in your life, nature cannot fill it with a new person and a new experience. So your message is to create that space in your life so that a much better person can come your way. All right, now let's take an advice for you, Gemini, for your love life. What's the advice for Gemini in love life? Yeah, the Devil card. Your advice is to stop being the victim, stop getting into the same loop. I see that you know something is toxic, you know something is not working, you know somebody is manipulating you, but you've been just letting it happen to yourself over and over again. Your message is to stop letting that happen to you. Stop it. Stop being a victim. Stop playing a victim. Free yourself from this toxicity, Gemini. You need to free yourself from this toxicity. Stop getting manipulated. You know somebody is manipulating you. You know that. You very well know that somebody is manipulating you. Stop letting that happen to you. All right, let's take romance angel cards for Gemini. Give me a guided message for Gemini for the month of July, please. Unrequited love. Yeah, I see that there is a very toxic situation, that you're part of it and you know that it's not worth it. You know that the chemistry is not great. You know somebody has been playing games. This person has been manipulating you. I see that in the month of July you will be finally able to see it and cut ties with this person and move on. And once you do it, you will be able to manifest someone much better, because divine timing is at play. But for that, you need to make space first. Deception. You know somebody is playing games. You know it, Gemini. You know it. I don't have to tell you, you know it. But acceptance is missing somewhere. You don't accept it. You know it, but you don't accept it. All right. Give me a message for Gemini. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. Enjoy. I see that bottom of the deck is manifesting miracles. So I see that some of you, you'll be manifesting a relationship and it's going to feel very miraculous. We have two cards which show manifestation. Your dream is soon to become the reality. Trust your heart and continue to flow its guidance. But you first need to allow this thing to happen. You need to create space in your life for this new person, new situation to happen in life. So this is something. And then I also see in the month of July, you may have like a passionate sexual encounter with somebody. If you don't want it, don't do it. So yeah, that's your reading. I hope this helps to resonate. If it does, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. I will see you very soon in the next video. Till then, you guys take care, stay safe, bye.